Welcome, everyone. Dr. Thor Templar here with another book review for the Wealth and Gambling Club. We're covering right now the area of the Lotto, and we have Success in Lotto, Even If You Don't Know Where to Start by Scott Brown, PhD. Well, I must say that this is one of the better books that I've seen on the Lotto. This person is a mathematician of some note. He's read a lot of other mathematicians' books to try and figure out or try and make sense, if there is such a thing, of the Lotto and picking these extremely random numbers. This is a very, he looks at it in what I would say would be a good way, in a business way, and he looks at things as stating that, you should kind of see the Lotto and take a certain percentage of your money, although a small amount of it, because of the potential benefits, and use it as kind of any other investment you would have. Now, of course, you don't want to put a lot of money into the Lotto because it's a long shot, especially if you're going to just do things mathematically. Of course, in the Wealth and Gambling Club, we do things as occult scientists do. So we're figuring out things way beyond the common math of it all. He has researched, and he does give good references to people who have done extensive research in the area, which he details. He talks about several different books that are popular and gives his rating on them, tells him if there's any validity in it. He talks about a particular author who's a mathematician who has done a lot of research and did part of his master's degree in figuring out a lot of numbers and how they work. And he tells you what the name of that book is, so you can go out and get it and reference it. Certainly is one of the premier books. He talks about starting gambling syndicates where you get clubs together. He goes into a lot of the figures in terms of what the possibilities are, what the numbers involved are in terms of and ways of betting, etc. So there's a lot of very practical tips here and information on where to get even more detailed information. It's published by Worry Free Health Publications, a website that does have some interesting investment and other information written for the average guy, so to speak. But the level that this book is written on is very good in terms of a lot of books are kind of either silly, the laws of attraction, God's going to help me win. Few people have what are considered winning systems. There are a few people that do, and we'll be reviewing those as well. People that claim they use a particular system to be successful. And he does discuss every facet of playing the Lotto in terms of picking numbers, the different ways of doing it. There's a player guide to Lotto strategies. So there's different strategies, different ways to do things. How to use the famous Lotto wheels, which are ways of picking from a selected group of numbers. And not all of them, so you can use a wheel type system to then find the most prevalent numbers that will come up, and he talks about that. He talks about the history of the lottery, which is fascinating in itself, and how it's been used by so many cultures to generate money for all kinds of products and services that countries need, from statues to funding different things. And all of this has been done by churches, governments, organizations, etc. So that's a fascinating bit that, this is a great way for people to raise money, which also means it ain't a lot of success. Yeah, they're raising money, they're giving prizes away, and they're pulling out a lot of money from it because there's a lot of losers and very few winners. So that's why. So if people are using it in this aspect, that's because. The Lotto is very, very tricky, very, very difficult. The odds against you are enormous. But there are ways of cutting these odds down, unlike the average person, which I just goes in and picks numbers or buys scratchers. He talks about how to understand, how to look at other people and what they're doing in terms of their basic capacities. Do they understand the odds involved in it? and how to judge other people by that. So, here I believe this book is another one of those $9 books of sorts. This is approximately 51 pages. And very good information, as I said, written at a level from a person who is looking at the entire lotto seriously, believes that you should invest in it as part of your investment portfolio, a certain amount, because of the potential huge payoff. He does have a mathematical background, so you can go into the different systems that people are offering and say, does it make any sense mathematically? And so that is a help. But of course, that's only one aspect of everything in life, and that's the common way of looking at it. And he talks about the different strategies of how to do things generally. But, there's an awful lot more systems out there and a lot more information to gain. And what you're looking for, and what we're always looking for as an occult science investment club, is what is the other ways of beating the system. What we want to do is take some common systems and empower them to much higher levels through using the occult sciences or somehow adapting them and getting the edge up. So the whole idea is that every little thing or system you get into or strategy you use increases your odds of winning. And so when you put all these together, it dramatically increases your possibilities of winning. And when you add the occult sciences in, it pushes you very close to giving you excellent odds for winning. Of course, there's many areas of gambling. The lotto is just one of them. It is extremely random, and they play all sorts of games, and there's all sorts of things going on that we don't know in the background, including rigged lotto systems, random number generators that can be programmed to kick out numbers, and so many other things. So, it's a very complicated subject, as all gambling is. But lottos, in terms of picking numbers, is right around the corner from you. What's interesting is how much money is spent on the lotto. Last year in New York State alone, $10 billion was paid into the New York State Lotto alone, just that state. I wonder if there's any business in New York State that makes more than $10 billion a year. I doubt it. So it means the biggest business in New York City is the lotto. So it's very interesting, and that's the case with so many states that have lottos because of the fact that everybody, or a large percentage of the population, and because it's so inexpensive to get in, are buying lots of lotto tickets and spending billions of dollars per state. Obviously not individuals. So this is a fantastic, huge area of research to figure out, well, are there any ways to increase your odds? And of course, it's not just about winning the top prizes. It's about winning significant money for your investment. This could be thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Obviously, everybody would love to win the millions. The book also goes into what to do if you do win. He talks about a tax attorney, or accountant, I should say, it's a CPA, in Las Vegas, and gives you his name, that can give you assistance in lottos. I'm assuming this guy specializes. It's always nice to go to professionals who know what they're doing, especially if you win any significant amount of money. It's very important that you understand what to do, regardless of the long shot it may be. Once you have it, it's critical that you know how to handle it, because apparently 98% of people that win the big prizes are broke within 10 years. That's pretty scary. So using your money properly, he talks about this. He talks the best ways to use your money generally, and how you can get the money. He mentions taxes, etc. These are all nice things to have in a little 51-page book that you can read in an hour without a problem. So, as you said, very inclusive, very good, written on a pretty high level by a person who at least understands the, quote, math of things. And I generally highly recommend this. So remember, people, check out the link below and go to our investment club. Check it out. And see what else that we have to offer. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And of course, like the videos. It's all part of the game here. And the more interest that is shown, the more information we're going to give out. We have a lot of information to give out in a very unique way. No one else has an organization that is looking to empower all types of investments, and including gambling, by using the proven technologies from the occult sciences. Only here, only now. Check it out.